grandkids the other day. And he says, you know, Bill, my school really turned out some great men. And Bill said, oh, really? When did you graduate? Joe said, I didn't graduate. I was turned out. Well, Tim, you're graduating. And I need to say, you've turned out great. Amen. You've worked hard. You've studied much. And you've learned a lot, including how to make antifreeze. You hit the close. Now, even before you get jealous and mad about Anna, it's just a joke. I know you're blonde and just kidding. Tim, you were born in the late 90s, and things have changed from the 50s to the 90s when I was born. There's a lot of things, though, that's kind of common. When you were born, you were wrinkled and red and bald. You were toothless and crying and had no clothes on. Well, you've come a long way, baby. You've come a long way. Tonight, Tim, you've reached a milestone. But this is not the end. It's really just the beginning. You've come to the end of a big episode, but it's not the end. It's to be continued. There are two kinds of courses in life, just like at school. There's required courses, and then there's elective courses. Required courses are life, death, and the judgment. Elective courses are to be saved or to be lost, to be spiritual or to be carnal, to be safe in God's will or in your own will. Tim, I want you to know it has been a pleasure as your pastor to watch you continually grow up naturally and spiritually. I can see the writing on the wall already. Tim is moving away from his weed-eating job here at the church. He's continuing his learning. He's becoming a great firefighter. He's already accomplished much in that field, and I'm proud of him for that. But what makes me the most proud is to see him singing on our praise team, playing the drums, and being faithful to God and the church.
Amen.
Tim, I want you to know I saw with my own eyes an anointed man of God that Sunday on the sign team. I could see the power of God on you, and I want you to continue in that. Don't forget about that. And I want to leave you with a charge. First and foremost, don't ever forget, you are a child of God first. Amen. God graciously saved you, so continue in the gifts that God has given you. Secondly, never allow yourself to think that you finally arrived. Keep on pressing on. Continue thou, because God has more for you. Thirdly, continue to grow in humility, gentleness, and grace. Listen, you will grow in knowledge and understanding. That's going to happen. But you need to also grow in the others as well. We can all study and be smart. But if you couple smartness with humility and gentleness and grace, you will certainly excel. Fourthly, excel still more in your faith. That's the words of Paul in 1 Thessalonians 4 and 10. He said it like this: increase more and more in your faith in God. Don't forget to continue thou in that. Fifthly, continue to seek counsel from God, from godly leaders and your pastor. Continually ask God for wisdom and direction for your life. Sixth, never forget how important it is to pray and read your Bible and go to church. Tim, you won't believe how quickly you can dry up spiritually.
That's right.
I challenge you to pray. I challenge you that your love for Jesus needs to deepen every day and not dry up. And the last thing I want to say is stay plugged into the church. Make it a priority. You need fed, disciplined, and cared for. You need a church family. But it's also the place where you can use your spiritual gifts and talents for the edification of the local church and the glory of God. Tim, continue thou. That's what Paul said to Timothy. Continue thou.
Yes.
You are first and foremost a child of the living God. Continue in that. That's the greatest thing that you can do, is continue in the things that you have learned. Thank God for your mom taking you to church. As somebody said, my mom drugged me all the time. She drugged me to church. Well, that may be the case, and thank God for it. But she has kept you in church. I don't know how many hours that you have spent going to church, but I just want to say that's a great thing, is to go to church every time the doors is open and be faithful to God, because some of that sticks in your life. You can tell already what a great guy he's turned out to be by his mom taking him to church all this time. Amen. The Lord bless you, Tim. We love you. And later, I'd like for all of us to pray for you, if we could. Go ahead, Sister Charlene.